Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight we're going to do a recap of the 2022 Powercon and talk about all the news and reveals out of the first ever Mattel-less convention. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my good friend John. John, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you, Jay?
I am doing fantastic. I'm just excited to be here. We talked a lot about going to Powercon this weekend, but schedules just wasn't going to work. But really excited for our friends that did go. Talked to James this weekend a little bit, who set up. He was a vendor that set up at Powercon this weekend. So definitely excited for all of that. And we just got a new member, Gutter Speak Toys. Welcome. Congrats on becoming a member. Yeah, if you see a lot of people with the little GDLs next to their name, they become a GDL family. Ah, dang it, that's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to have the Toretto family.
The family.
Yeah, dang it. Next time. The whole week I was like, I gotta do it. I totally forgot. But yeah, it's 99 cents. You get a little thing next to your name, and then the longer you stay, you get more little badges and you do special emojis. And you get to be, if you go to the Geek Dad Life channel, it actually it shows 8 different members each time, so you actually get to be shown on like the front page. Let me show that off.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
That is.
For those that it's 99 cents, so it's not going to be life-changing or anything, but I thought it was a neat little way to say thanks to all of you. And if you like supporting the channel at cheaper than the $5 Patreon is, which is also very cheap. But yeah, if you look here on the front page, yeah, it rotates out 8 different members. Oh wait, I gotta hide Gutter Speak. Sorry, it's blocking it. It shows different members right there on the front page of the Geek Dad Life channel, the channel.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty cool. And it rotates, so it's not necessarily like who was the first one or second or anything like that. It shows on the front page. So neat little add-ons there for the 99 cents. Okay, enough pimping stuff. Let's go to the chat because it is hopping as always. We've got J Mac in the house, Yair, Gabriel, Space Cowboy, Nacer is here, Automatom as well, Lifelong Toy Collector, Yair, Dartherian, Josh Ruth, Cobweb is in the house, Jason and Celia, Thanos, Copter, Cowabunga, Do, Armando O, Angel Cano, Paulie Columbus is in the house, Toy Sorcerers as well, Nelson A, BMM, Pimp Daddy Satan, Diego Trejo, Shiny Plastic People, Mike Giorlico. We've also got Andrew McDonald, J Solo Arts, Free Reign, Rick Capabianco, Phoebus Meticulous, Robert Rohan, Totally Rad Dad is in the house, Migo, Hulk, Thanos, Copper, Jason, John King, and so many more. Nick Dillinger, Evil Villain, Toy Art, Hedgehog, Black Phoenix, Carlos, Orozco, Tony Taylor, Riley Bob is in the house, Hung Wen, Punk with Toys, and so many more. So, John, it's pronounced Satine. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Nick Dillinger, for clearing that up for me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Casino Skunk is in the house and so more. Okay, so, John, PowerCon happened this weekend.
Yep.
And we knew this actually for those that knew Val, or this was kind of known while PowerCon was happening last year, that it was going to move to Columbus, Ohio, away from Anaheim, California, at the convention center, like right across the street from Disneyland. And up until this point, it's been a He-Man focused convention. At one point, there was like Turtles and Thundercats thrown in there too, wasn't it? Kind of.
Yeah, there was one year, I want to say it was like 2014.
Yeah,
where it was like a Thundercats TMNT crossover convention.
So anyways, it's experimented and tried different things. They tried to do like a New York show once and it got canceled. So it's never necessarily always been this thing. It'll always be this till the end of time. But a lot of people were kind of thrown off, even though it was known once it moved to this Columbus, Ohio thing, and as the advertising and everything was going on, that Mattel was not going to be involved. They were like, in years past, there was convention exclusives as well as panels by Mattel, and they'd bring in and show in or show off figures for the first time. But there would be none of that this year. And so I feel like if you had those expectations going into it, I don't think it was disappointing. But what I'm hearing on the internet from a lot of people is like, oh, well, there's no Mattel. How could Mattel not show up, or any of those kinds of things? And while I think everyone agrees that it is a bummer because this was the preeminent He-Man convention, at least at stateside. Is it Grayskull Con in Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there is a loss there, I think. But if we're putting blame on anybody, I wouldn't put it on Val. I just think both sides, or really Mattel, didn't want to be a part of it anymore, and I don't blame Val for changing it and pivoting it. But John, what do you say to those maybe disappointed that it's not MOTU only? And I do want to call a couple quick new members. Josh Ruth just became a member, as well as Tony Taylor. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a disappointment because it felt so nice to have a He-Man convention, like a He-Man focus convention. But I mean, if you had been there, like as far as the vendor floor, it's not like everything on the vendor's floor was just Masters toys. It wasn't like there was a like a stipulation, like it needs to be, if you're a vendor, you need to have like 80% Masters. It wasn't anything like that. It was just bring stuff to sell.
Yeah.
But as far as panels, the only thing missing really was Mattel.
Yeah.
Because the Four Horsemen, who have always been at Powercon, were there. Nate Barch was there as always.
Yep.
Most of the vendors who go there were there.
Yep.
It really wasn't that different outside of location and Mattel being a kind of a sponsor, because it is owned by Val, where I think it is a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah,
but it is a nice. I mean, think for us, it's nice that it's closer.
Yes.
It's definitely nice that it's closer. But on the other hand, I think it's a lot harder because for international guests to fly in, because I would say, when it was in California, 50% of the attendees and the guests were from overseas somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely harder for them to fly into Columbus than it was to LAX.
Yeah. A lot more directs to LAX than Columbus, Ohio. No offense, Columbus, Ohio.
But I wouldn't say it was a disappointment. From my point of view, it's not a disappointment. It's I think it's expanding on it.
Yeah, I think so too. And even in talking to our friend James, who sets up at Powercon, he was selling stuff at Powercon. And he said there was actually a bit more vendors there and just tons of super rare stuff. If you're following it, if you're following different accounts and stuff like that, tons of awesome rare stuff. That's what I loved about honestly. But the Mattel stuff was cool, but what I really loved being there was all just the super rare toys that generally don't show up at the toy shows you and I go to.
Right.
And it seemed like the same was true for this show as well. There was James sent me a picture of this one person had real Ghostbusters cereal boxes. And he was like, hey, you interested? I was like, yeah, I'm interested, but they're $75 a pop. I was like, maybe not that much interested, but
were they full?
No, they were like, if they were sealed, like still a box, maybe, but they were just, folded flat, stored away. I was like 70. I don't know cereal boxes, but that felt a little high. But even that being said, I mean, there's Eternia play sets. There was I mean, there was tons and tons of stuff.
There was a Megator Titus pair again.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is crazy. And I gotta get back to that video, but I had a good conversation with RDL TMNT, Unpunched, and he was just talking about how he spent, I think he talked them down to $8,000 for the pair, and now those things go for like $8,000 a piece, not even complete. So, and that was just a year ago. So again, like seeing those kinds of things at a show is the thing I care about the most. So to me, I don't think it's a disappointment. Yes, it's disappointing that we don't have like a core He-Man convention. But Mattel didn't make things easy for that. And if they really want one to happen, then they gotta kind of get their stuff together and make it happen. Because the PowerCon isn't going to be that anymore. I do want to call a couple of new members. Did we do Tony yet? Tony Olivero. And we got J Rod as a new member, and Toy Sorcerers as well, and a $5 super sticker. Thank you, Terrence St. John. So bummed that we couldn't make it. I mean, there's a murderer's row of toy tubers there. Pixel Dan, Shartimus Prime, Dan Larson, Toy Galaxy, the Fwoosh, Robo, the Fwoosh. So great crew there as far as toy tubers go. But yeah, so it's disappointing, but there are still some things to talk about from this show. And that's what I want to get in. MattelCon tickets already sold out. And Eric, and again, see, people still no more Mattel. Yeah, no more Mattel at PowerCon. PowerCon was never a Mattel run thing. It's Val Staples. It's a fan convention that focused on He-Man. And Mattel was there to support it because it was the biggest He-Man convention. But again, I don't think they support enough to where they probably could have, and now they got to probably make something on their own, I would think, right?
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, Val paid for everything.
Yeah,
and Mattel showed up. Like they were like the top tier guest.
Yep.
From everything that I understand is, he covered everything. He set it all up.
Yep.
Mattel showed up with their booth with, almost no different than showing up at San Diego.
Yeah. But and the thing is, and I don't think there's any bad blood between the He-Man team and Val. They showed up. They brought themselves. They set up really cool things. But it's just like a corporate thing. And I think it's the thing to remember with like Mattel and Hasbro. They're these big corporations with all of this bureaucracy and marketing teams and all these different things. So even if the He-Man team loves PowerCon, and obviously they do because they the panels and they bring toys and stuff like that. The capital M of Mattel probably doesn't care that much about it. And I think that might be, again, it's just conjecture, but it is what it is. Because I need that ding. And the exclusives, that too. And he kind of got, last year was just such a disaster, those exclusives, with them getting stuck on the shipping container or whatever, but then them like selling them on their own at the same con like the next day. It was tough. Again, if I was Val, I just would have stopped doing it. Like that just seemed like so exhausting. I would have quit. I just would have quit.
Yeah. And he had pretty much decided it was over for being in California, even prior to the exclusive debacle.
Yeah. So I think it's something to consider. Like, just think of yourself, like if you were putting on a show, but then it somehow got that type of scope, and just think of you're like one of 5 people and friends helping out, trying to do a show like that. That's a lot. That is a lot. John and I have done some small toy shows here, and I can only imagine the scope and scale of trying to throw those things into it. Again, I would have quit. I would have been done. Yep. So I get moving it to Columbus. It's close to home, and it seemed like they still had a lot of great vendors, and hopefully this is the start of shifting it and making it into a really good toy convention. And we'll see how that goes. But there were some toy companies there that did some reveals. The first of them is NECA and these costume masks. This is on Toy Shiz. Again, congrats on over 100,000 followers now on Instagram. But John, what was your thoughts of these masks from NECA?
My first thought was, how could I display these? Because I love them. I love these things. And of course, the first day, they said the Skeletor and Beastman were going to be up on sale. Limited edition of 500. I went and I checked them out, but then I said, well, do I really want to drop the money right now? Am I going to wait? Because apparently there will be a regular edition.
Yeah. What denotes a regular and a whatever? Because
I know.
Out of the two, I really wanted Skeletor because it looked really cool. And I knew he would sell out first. So I went and I bought a Skeletor.
Okay.
And it is sold out now. So it's a really good point. What would they change on this to make the regular release? Because it looks just like a regular Skeletor head.
I would say maybe pink cheeks.
Okay.
But I mean, personally, I would think pink cheeks would be the limited, and then this version be the regular release, because the pink cheeks is like, first edition half boot 8-back.
Yep.
Blah blah blah.
But wouldn't have then been the signature edition? Like right when you made that, and then have this be the regular? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying is you would have think, but of course, who knows? We don't know if the alternate one will have pink cheeks. I don't know, but it is. I mean, it just looks like an oversized head pulled off of a figure.
Yes,
it looks incredible.
It's so freaking cool.
I love these. Like, I cannot wait for Trapjaw. He's probably going to sell out in a second.
Trapjaw for sure. And people call this out, Mega J as well. They're signed editions by the sculptor. Okay, so then it's no big deal. I no offense to the sculptor, I'm sorry, but like that's not like a thing that I think would make anybody upset if they miss the signature edition, right? I think that's a good thing,
right? Yeah,
because people want the mask, right? Do you want to thank Riley Bob for becoming a new member? What?
Everybody's saying pink cheeks.
Oh Lord!
Take a drink every time you say pink cheeks.
Oh my goodness! Ryan Dole's a member. Thank you, Ryan Dole. Welcome to the family. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't do the thing. Okay, so this one sold out. Got my order in, and Beastman is still available, which also looks really good.
Yep.
This one you can see the eyes being cut out on it. I don't see it on the Skeletor. So is it going to be like a red? Oh wait, there it is above the eyebrows.
They're in the eyebrows.
Oh crap! I'm not going to be able to see out of this thing. Okay, here's we don't have a light goal for today. Since I have purchased a Skeletor, if we hit what goal should we put? Well, let me say what I'm proposing to the audience today. If we hit our light goal, whatever that is set to, I will wear in full. I will dress up as Skeletor for the Halloween episode of Toy Geeks. Now, I do not commit to wearing this mask the entire episode, but I will wear it in the opening through roll call and everything, and then it'll just be me in a Skeletor costume. Because again, I think I might just pass out from all the heat of the mask.
Yeah.
But
and that latex doesn't breathe.
No, it doesn't.
It just gets wetter inside, and then it's hard to take off.
So for our Halloween episode of Toy Geeks, I didn't even look at the calendar to see when that lands. Whenever the Sunday before Halloween, I will dress up as Skeletor. I'll find the rest of the costume, and I will put on this mask, and I'll open up the show as Skeletor with my best Skeletor impression. To open the show for the Halloween episode of Toy Geeks. So John, what do we think our light goal should be for that?
What did we hit last week? We hit 400,
but that was for a giveaway. I feel like
for a giveaway.
That was a $1 giveaway too. That's pretty high. Oh, October 30th. Damn. Okay, so that's right up to it. Perfect. Hopefully this delivers by then. If not, I'll wear some other Skeletor costume, I guess. Muscle suit, no skin paint. Good Lord, nobody wants to see that. Oh, Billy, aka Thunder Punch He-Man, just became a member. Thank you, Billy. Thank you. Check out his Instagram page. Fantastic Instagram page. I'm thinking 350. What do you think? 350?
350.
You want to drag him out?
Yeah.
We've got 350 people watching right now. We'll maybe pick some more up as we go along. But if we hit 350 likes, I will dress up as Skeletor. And if this mask is in hand, I will wear this mask. If not, I'll wear some other generic Skeletor mask and open up the show as Skeletor. So hit those like buttons, peoples, if you haven't done it yet. Jay is the Loch Ness Monster. What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. Anyway. There you go. We didn't hit the goal on dressing up as one. No, is it Wondar? There's another one. Oh, dressing up as the Wookiee with the were-Wookiee.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Gotta go shirtless too. Again, it'll be like whatever Skeletor suit. They're usually like a body suit. Nobody wants to see this shirtless. But anyway, so 350 likes. Get those likes in, people. Let Colleen paint my face. What am I supposed to do with my hands? Anyway, okay.
Where do I put my feet?
I want to wait for the Manny Faces mask 3-in-1 value. So Pixel Dan did a great walkthrough with NECA. But again, these look so good. Like I get there's a space thing. I have nowhere to put this thing. It's gonna be stored away when I'm not wearing it.
You really need to get one of those, like those things that you put wigs on.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then kind of like mount it.
Yep.
The thing is, like Beastman might be better because then you can mount it as like like a head,
like a taxidermy thing.
Yeah, it's taxidermy Beastman or something, or Stinkor, like one of the creatures would be funny. But now that I think about it, I'm gonna take away these comic books and put up my Proton pack over there, like behind me here, whenever that one arrives. Maybe I get like a thing to hold up the Skeletor mask and it like sits right there. Maybe that's where I put it. But I'll tell you what, Faker, there needs to be a He-Man. There needs to be a He-Man. I get why they're going for the creatures here, the bad guys first, but we need some He-Mans, and I know Faker's not the bad guy, but whatever. I hope the Stinkor mask, it'll stink, but it'll stink like that.
It'll stink after the first hour.
Yeah. Exactly. I think a wooden plaque and then mount it like a defeated foe. It'd be fun. In Skeletor's lounge when Super 7 was with He-Man, I think they had a Battle Cat head mounted to a wood plank, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Man at Arms. There's so many. We gotta get the good guys too. Which
so
again,
do you do just the Man at Arms helmet, or do you do the whole mask?
The whole mask. Face? I want that weird kind of smushed Man at Arms face. Yeah, I want it all. I want it all. Oh, there you go. Jay, you need to act the part, and John should dress up as He-Man. There you go, John.
We'll see.
Maybe is that our stretch goal? If we hit,
that's a stretch goal.
400, and if we hit, what would we say, 400 likes
by Halloween? I gotta be He-Man by Halloween.
By Halloween, yeah.
Man, I'll try. I'm gonna try.
All right, so let's say I think we hit 410 likes. So if we hit 411 likes, stretch goal, John will also dress up as He-Man. So there you go. I know there's a lot of John stands in the audience. This is your chance to see John dress up as He-Man on the stream. So there you go. Stu Faker. But anyways, so 410 likes. We'll do that. Okay. But so I don't know. This was kind of a surprise, and at first you could kind of groan at this, but I thought it was really cool.
I love these.
Yeah,
like a lot. And this is the first time NECA's had the license for Masters in 20 years. Yeah, since they did the Stactions.
Yes. Question: do you think maybe we could do some more Stactions?
Ooh,
you got any more Stactions back there?
They said, tell you what, we'll make those masks you've been asking for if we get Stactions.
Yeah, exactly. You want us to make these costumes? Let us make some Stactions. Jason with the $5 super chat. No, Jay, you have to have it on the whole show. I paid a good 99 cents for this thing. Listen, there's just no way. There's no way I could do an hour and a half show wearing a thick rubber mask. It would be awful.
No, you'd be miserable.
I did that. Remember I had the Casey Jones mask on for a second? Like my eyes were watering. It was terrible. So I commit to opening the show and doing the roll call, and then the mask comes off. Okay. We're at 169. Yeah, you got a ways to go though. 350 for me to dress up as Skeletor, 411 for John to dress up as He-Man. So there you go. And the post show. I'll do the post show as that as well. But But yeah, this is great, and it's a great call out. This is the first time NECA has had a Masters thing since the Staction line. But I'm here for it. I think this is really cool. And again, I didn't realize that the exclusiveness was just the signature. So to me, I don't think it's a big deal at all.
No.
Let's roll with this. I think it's fine. Moving on. This is from Planet Eternia. Their pictures from Formo Toys. Now, they famously weren't allowed to do the Lords of Power because thanks to the Mattel lawyers. Mattel's kind of the enemy on this episode. I feel like we're kind of the bad guy here, the big bad. But the heel, I should say. But they did pivot to calling themselves the Legends of Dragonore. Pre-orders are still up for the first series of figures. And I got to tell you, John, they showed off this really cool dragon figure. And he can be ridden by one of the figures, as well as just be like an upright battle figure.
Mm-hmm.
I love the hell out of this thing. And where I've kind of been in on this, I just haven't pre-ordered it yet. But I gotta be honest, seeing this, I'm like, you got going dragons on this? This looks amazing. John, what do you think?
Yeah, this looks insane. Like the way that they figured this out when, this is the first picture I seen with him upright.
Yep.
And then, it was only a couple hours later, I'm scrolling again, and then I saw the picture of him, on all fours. Like it's such a perfect balance in the engineering of this, where it's just like, oh, just stand him upright. It's not like he's another, you don't have to buy another creature to have a ride or just a figure, like a standing figure. The way that they pull this off is awesome. I really love this too. He looks, I don't want to say that they might have ripped off Drago Man from Classics, but he does. It's pretty similar.
It's very similar, but that one, it could only be an upright dragon. This one could be an all fours dragon.
Yeah. It's like the vintage version for Drago Man.
Yes.
And then the Classics one would be the new one. And they reverse engineered Drago Man.
Yep. I love this call out too by Oz. Somebody needs to show NECA how wings are done. And I agree, like they're there, but they're not like obnoxiously huge. And clearly it looks like you swap out the arms, because these arms can hold weapons. And if you look in this, they're kind of like, forward limbs on a forward-legged creature here. But I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really cool. And I'm really pumped for it. Really pumped for it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what else they do for dragons, because it sounds like they're going to do more.
I mean, clearly they've called it Legends of Dragonore, so I'm here for it. Like, again, I've kind of liked the pivot, because I like the way these figures look better post the adjustment from Lords of Power.
Yeah.
To me, I think I like all of the new designs better than the previous one, just because they're more unique. They're more their own thing, as opposed to, oh, that's kind of like Mark Taylor's He-Man or whatever, right? So I really dig the shift. And then the throwing in these dragons is part of the mix. Makes it a no-brainer to me.
Yep. I think I'll be doing a pre-order for these tomorrow. I still hadn't jumped on, but
same.
I mean, they got me.
Yeah, a genie and a translucent genie. To boot, right? Like, it's so cool. And again, I get it if you prefer the Lords of Power. I get it, but just me, my eye, I think these look cooler. But that's just me. All right. Tweeterhead, that makes those amazing statues, not just Masters of the Universe. They have DC and stuff like that too. But their master ones are incredible. They had them. They're on Sideshow. They had them in the Sideshow booth at Comic-Con. But they do have a Powercon exclusive Hordak, and I'd argue it's the best Hordak that they've done. It's Filmation style. It has an arm cannon attachment, and it looks freaking amazing. There was only 250 made, and as we're doing this live right now, 6 in stock. I can refresh it again. It was 6 before we went live. There's still 6 in stock. It's $579, which is just a tad out of my budget. And budget aside, it's real. They're big. Like, I don't have space for this thing. But for people that can play the statues game, more power to you. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
But this Powercon edition with removable cape and swap out hand that gives you the cannon. You know, I know we lamented Mattel not having Powercon exclusives, but this is a pretty damn good exclusive. Look at the detail on this thing.
It's beautiful. Woo! Look at that. This is like when we see something like this, like I want it so bad, and then I think about, like, what could I give up to make space for this? What could I give up to justify spending it? Because say we went to Powercon and say Mattel had been there with exclusives, and then you got to get a couple other things, and at the end of the convention you've spent between $500 and $800 on a bunch of stuff. But then Mattel isn't there, and we didn't buy anything, and this does show up. Like, in my mind, like, I can kind of justify it. Like, well, I didn't go to PowerCon, I didn't buy any exclusives, I didn't buy anything. It's really not that bad, because at last PowerCon, like, the exclusives combined were over, what were they, like, $250, $300,
$260 or something around there,
something like that.
Yeah.
So buy a couple other things, it's like, oh well, you're there at 500. So maybe I could get it.
and why not? I deserve it.
Where can I put
Bilbo
it?
with the ring.
Oh man, it comes with his little bat guy.
It is a insane figure, but it's pricey. You're looking at $50. We don't even know international shipping on it, plus $575. It is a luxury, to say the least. And with an Eternia that I gotta try and think of budget, there's no way, not chance.
Yeah,
no way.
Every time I see something now that's expensive, when I say expensive, I'm going to say like over $200. I think of Eternia and say, how much is that going to cost? I gotta, gotta be smart about this right now.
Bertucci Studios, it looks amazing, but you can put a nice TV in the bathroom for that. Bertucci, I've been trying to convince Colleen to let me get a bigger TV in the living room for years now. Every time we go into Costco, they have those big, like, 80-inch TVs. I'm like, it's on sale. It's on sale, honey. I haven't convinced her yet. Been like 5 years. I haven't convinced her yet. But it looks incredible. It looks incredible. And, I see people that have these in their display. I see people that have them in, like, their He-Man collection rooms and stuff like that. They look incredible.
Yeah. Mad Hatter reviewed the Teeler Tweeterhead statue not that long ago, and that looked amazing.
Yeah, Mad Hatter. People ask, how can he just buys like one statue a year? But I'm thankful I haven't gotten the itch for statues, because Colleen would, like, if Colleen hasn't left me yet, she would definitely leave me if I went and got into statues. I feel like. Yeah.
You need to, at that point, it's like you need to make a choice. Are you collecting toys or are you collecting statues?
Yeah. And I can't play this game. I can't. But if someone gave one to, no, I can't even. I have nowhere to put it. Even if it was given to me for free, I have nowhere to put it. And that's
one of my biggest regrets is selling the Sideshow Skeletor statue at the Greensboro show. Was it probably 6-7 years ago now? Because now I see what it sells for on the aftermarket and what I actually sold it for, and it kills me. Like, I should have just kept it.
Yeah.
But again, it was, the base was huge. He stood really big.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is I also agree with this sentiment. Like statues, toys 100%. Like I like being able to display them in my own way. But these tweeter heads are so good that I can overlook it being a statue, I feel like.
Yeah.
This thing looks so incredible. It actually it crosses that barrier of like, I'd rather be able to get my own poses and stuff like that. Because I do agree with that. I'm a toy collector, not a statue collector.
Right.
But when they're this good, it's like,
And with the Mondo stuff coming out, the 6 scale Mondo stuff, it's like you're almost dipping your toe in that posable statue,
yeah,
you know, that realm a little bit, and they're expensive.
Oh, Ryan, if she gets that cyborg in the divorce, I'm gonna take my shot. Oh my god. Anyway. All right. And then last, I think this is, yeah. Well, and if I miss anything, please let me know from Powercon. But now is it Nacelle?
Nacelle.
It's after Star Trek things, right? Anyways, they showed off some new scopes for their sectars, power lords. They had a panel as well. Is this the new character Stelara? This one right here?
The Sectar female?
Well, not this. Not hold on, Mike. Not this one. Who's this one? Is that Stelara?
I'm assuming that's a new version of Queen Shea.
Oh, okay. Whoever this is looks incredible.
Yeah.
These just look like kind of like action figures that already exist. But this one looks amazing, and this is the one that I'm like, oh, okay, this seems new and exciting.
Yeah, because they teased just her cape on Friday on the Nacelle channel. And I recognize the shape of it, and I'm like, oh, that's definitely Queen Shea's cape. But they pretty much redid her entire look except for the third eye in her forehead. But that is, man, it looks so good. It's full Horseman good,
right? It really looks incredible.
That Arcus looks amazing too.
Yeah. So like I've seen the two other figures. I'm like, but these other two are like, oh, okay. I see you. I see you. Because it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm so pumped for these Power Lords. Like, I don't want like just 2 at a time. Like, give us, a 4 or 5 figure wave. But new toy company starting out. I assume it's going to take a while for them to get their the groove of getting waves out, because between the Max Steel and the Wrecker figure that they got coming out, I assume the Sectars will be next, since the Power Lords figures are only like sculpt colors and they're not paint masters yet.
Yep.
So we're probably, I don't know, a year away from Power Lords, but those Sectars look awesome. I mean,
yeah, they do.
Looks just like, what's his name? The lead guy from Sectars, Dargon.
Yeah, and they said
That
7
looks
inches, so it is kind of scaled to the vintage line, unlike that smaller one.
Yep. Yeah, from Zika Toys. But it looks like they just put a vintage figure up there in the middle. But they look great.
Yeah. I'm excited for what can come with this. I don't think there will be a Hive. There was a Hive playset for sale at Powercon. I saw that. The Hive is gigantic. They'll never do the Hive. It's too such a. This isn't Mattel, but I never say never. I guess never say never.
Yeah. A few people asked about the guy with the wings. That's Arcus from Power Lords. He's the main antagonist of Power Lords.
And the sculpting looks fantastic.
Yeah,
it really does. So I'm excited for it. I really am. I think it'd be cool. All right, so I think that's all the big new things that were shown off at PowerCon.
Mhm.
I did want to let me pull it up here. MOTUesdays are going on in full force. With the first one unveiling Too Bad. Now, I was too enraptured with the whole Padres getting Juan Soto thing to have time to think of doing a stream on Tuesday. And if for those that are upset that we got Soto, we're getting our butts kicked by the Dodgers 3 games in a row. So it's fine. Don't be jealous of us Padre fans, okay? Um, but this Too Bad looks amazing. It looks fantastic. John, thoughts on the Masterverse Too Bad?
Could be the best Too Bad so far.
Right?
I mean, the way that the vintage one and the classics one, it is, even though the heads are sort of, next to each other, it's still
Mhm.
pretty symmetrical.
Yep.
But the way that they did this, where the um I don't remember what the purple guy is, Tuvar or Badra, but he's up a little bit taller, so they made him, you know, like it is actually two figures mashed together rather
Mhm.
than sculpting it to look like just two heads on one body.
Yeah,
They did a really good job with this figure.
they really did. It looks so good. And I'm excited for it. I mean, it's just the first images, so they didn't say anything about like when this thing is dropping. Um, but it looks again all the scales. I mean,
Mhm.
the sculpting looks really, really good on this figure.
Yep.
And we've been talking about it for a while. Masterverse just keeps getting better and better. This looks amazing,
Mhm.
and I'm here for it.
Yep. Absolutely. I can't wait to see what else. Just 2 days? What
Yeah,
else they're gonna show?
yeah. So a lot of people ask like, why didn't I do anything? So I will commit. When do these things drop? Noon ish.
Yeah, I think it's usually between noon and 1 o'clock our time.
So I'll try and keep my schedule open enough at work. Maybe try to do it around lunchtime, to do a live stream for MOTUesdays, just to talk about whatever drops. So we're a little
Mhm.
bit closer to it because this is almost a week old by this point.
Yep.
And I know Toy Anxiety, newly branded, the whole channel is Toy Anxiety now, which I think is fantastic. Formerly YHS, just have some national straight Toy Anxiety, which I think is a great idea. Craig and I have talked about it a lot. So really pumped for that. So of course they'll talk about it Tuesday nights. But as it happens, just talk about whatever MOTUesday drop happens here on Geek Life. So make sure to hit the subscribe button to make sure you do not miss our thoughts at least. And John, I know you're busy, so if you can join. If not, don't be stressed. But we'll do MOTUesdays here on the
I'll
channel.
try and keep my Tuesday midday open.
Yeah, I'll try to as well. Can't get, but that'll be the goal here. Cheating, I was going full. It just depends. Like last week, I kind of needed to chill a little bit last week. I didn't do as many videos last week as previous weeks. Again, I was just enraptured with the Juan Soto trade. Hung Wen became a new member. Welcome to the family. Hung, as well as Drifter Comic. I know a lot of people that have been members are also patrons, so I appreciate doing both things here. Dropping $6 a month on Geek Dead Life and I'm incredibly thankful for it and grateful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, smack that like. We're at 212. So again, if you want to see me dress up as Skeletor, it's 350. If you want to see John dress up as He-Man, 411. If you want to get those likes in. But Masterverse just keeps throwing down that they want to get better and better. And they're showing us that. So obsessed with Soto. How can you not be? Again, even though my Padres are getting their butts handed to them. But anyway, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Was there any other news? Did I miss any other big news?
Let's see. NECA talked about the TMNT displays during their panel, like the turtle living room diorama,
Yes.
and someone in the audience asked if there would be a Technodrome diorama,
Mm-hmm.
and they said once they get to the place, the sewer first. So it doesn't sound like they're ruling anything out.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty awesome.
That
Pretty
like
awesome.
there's demand for it. And again, Matt Bush, new member, welcome Matt Bush. Again, patron as well as just an awesome dude. Sent in those superpower figures last week. But yeah, it's a very easy argument that NECA's turtle line, when it's all said and done, will be the biggest and most all-encompassing toy line ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're
Yep.
almost already at that point.
Yeah, because it seems like Super 7 is the
Pump the brakes a little bit, I
they
feel
pump
like.
the brakes, the wind is out of the sails on the TMNT Ultimates, it feels like.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's one. It's kind of the delays on Wave 5. I know we finally saw them in package at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
But
Is it our fault?
But they continue, like NECA just keeps the stuff's hitting retail, packs are hitting all over the place. And yeah, so we've joked about the kind of the friendly competition between Super 7 and NECA on their TMNT lines, but
Mm-hmm.
and again, while the Toon line is just not for me personally, I think anybody that is a fan of it and has collected it, you've gotten so many amazing characters. It's been an incredible toy line.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, sure, this is exactly. NECA will be the MOTU classics of TMNT toys, without a doubt. Because now they're bringing Mirage back into the picture. They're doing Archie comics. Like they're firing on all cylinders, and they keep going, and they don't hold back. And
Mm-hmm.
how do you not appreciate that? For I think there's tons of fair criticisms you can make about the NECA Toon Turtles, the paint, QC issues, all that kind of stuff. Totally fair. But if you just look at all the figures they've released, the dioramas, and we're getting the turtle van, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Other new member, Jay Andrew, welcome, Jay, welcome to the family. Super 7 Bat got some pretty harsh reviews. I actually I like the Bat better than I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be really harsh on the Bat. Main problem for mine though was that the backpack attachment was really poorly planned out. It didn't make much sense at all why they would do it that way, which would lead to breaking.
Yep.
So yeah, I think people are asking too. I probably missed the chat, but is there not going to be YHS Prime anymore? I think everything is spinning off, so I think there'll be like a YHS channel and the Kaiju Monster Island channel, and I think they've already split them out and stuff like that. So same content. I think it's just much like we spun off TV stuff to GDL2, TV and film stuff to GDL2, just trying to compartmentalize the topics so that stuff doesn't get lost in the YouTube algorithm. The algorithm is a thing. You can either hate it and complain about it, or adapt to it and set yourself up for success. I don't think it's that bad of a thing, because we're all here, and this channel has existed within the modern YouTube algorithm playbook. And we've everybody here has built a really cool community here on this channel. So just is what it is. Gotta play the game to win the game, or at least be a part of the game, I guess.
Right.
Oh dang! Actually caught GDL live for once. Well, welcome to the live experience. Hopefully you've dropped a like. We're at 242 likes. We're still over 100 away from me dressing up as Skeletor for our Halloween episode on October 30th. And to show you how last minute the planning is for these episodes, I haven't even thought about what our Halloween episode will be. I just hope it's a busy news week. Oh my God. Okay, John, a couple of things that are channel related I did want to share.
Okay.
Firstly, I wanted to share this last week, but somebody in our Discord made this up. There's been and this was in our after show primarily, but there's this undercurrent, John, that people want you to make your own channel, kind of focusing on what you do, like being a toy dealer for real life, like the deals that you pick up, the hauls that you get, like your whole approach. It could be like an American Pickers, but like toy pickers. So I don't know if this is necessarily made in relation to that, but I thought it was really funny. Somebody posted this on our Discord. But Geek Stew Life.
Could be. It could be. I spell it STEW.
Yeah, yeah. But I like this too. At least design wise. But anyways,
Yes,
I thought that was
it's
pretty
very appropriate.
funny. We're focused on Batman. Listen, I talk about Batman on this channel. Dole, get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, and
Dole has his own
there is the new
show.
Batman channel that
Why
Ryan's
aren't you
got.
posting from your Batman channel so I can like direct people to your Batman channel, Dole?
That's great stuff.
Yeah, let everybody. I'm blanking now on the name of it. It's like, isn't it Gotham Knights? It's
Gotham Tonight.
Gotham Tonight. There you go. I think they've done 3 episodes so far, maybe 3, 4. But if you like Batman, check it out.
If you like Batman, check it out.
If you like Batman as much as McFarlane loves Batman, you'll oh man, Geek Stew Life cooking channel. Oh, switching over Gotham City Tonight. There, Gotham City Tonight.
Gotham City Tonight.
I'll add it to the channels thing on the bottom too, so people can find it there. Yeah, you want that new superpowers, John Stewart? Like I've got the superpowers, John Stewart.
I saw that you found him.
Yeah, I got him. Gonna talk about it more on our after show tonight, GDL After Dark. Who knocks knockoffs? It's basically around a toy that I found. So that, but toy hauls, we'll be talking about that tonight on our After Dark show. So that's exclusive to our patrons. Go to patreon.com/geekdadlife to become a patron today. And we'll jump on the Patreon right after this. So $5 get to join the after shows. You get exclusive access to Discord. You get your name in the credits of every regular GDL episode. You get access to Geek Pod Life, which is all of our live streams in audio form in a podcast feed. Totally a deal, a steal of a deal at $5 a month. And actually, we'll be doing my first ever Patreon exclusive unboxing, which we'll talk about more in the After Dark show. Okay, one last thing before we get into Stump John is John, would you say that memes are probably like of the current era, like the most iconic thing that happens on the internet?
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's so many from even like 15 years ago that what I say 15, maybe 10 years ago that we all know. Everybody knows it. And then we see like the where are they now memes for that exact thing. And the evolution of the meme is it's it's a part of our everyday life.
Yes.
Just like everything else now. And they'll either cheer you up, make you mad, make you reflect on yourself.
It's a great segue. I do want to say Gotham City Tonight. There it is. Gotham City Tonight. Memes are how Zoomers get the news, but give Gotham City Tonight, Google or you search it on the YouTubes. Give it a subscribe. That's Ryan Dole, friend of the channel, often guest hosts on the channel, has a Batman-centric YouTube channel. So go give it a subscribe if you can. But yeah, it's great that you say that because, John, I've been making crap on the internet for 17 years in different forms and fashions. And now I have finally reached the pinnacle of internetdom. Somebody made a meme with me in it.
This is so amazing.
So somebody tagged me in it on a Facebook group or something. But yeah, actually only 1 in 4 men are actually happy, and it's 3 stock pictures and then somebody, and again, I had nothing to do with this. They didn't like reach out to me or anything. They just somebody made this completely independent of me being a part of it. But it is from my Grayskull review video where I literally I was so excited. I did that video. I got it in. I shot it and everything. It was one of the rare occurrences where I just did it all in like one night kind of deal. And, I just started hugging the Grayskull just because I was just that genuinely happy. And they took a screen cap of it and put it in a meme.
This is so great.
But yeah, anyways, I think some people were asking like, are you upset? But I was like, no, this is hilarious. Like I if it, I realize how silly toy collecting is, and please, make fun of me all you want. I'm happy though, so just like that picture showed. So I'm happy. What do I care if you want to make fun of me for it or not? But still, it's an immense honor to be a meme, and yeah, now I feel like no matter what happens, the rest of my internet career, it's not this. I've peaked. It's not going to get any better than this. And Needles sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Needles. But yeah, there you go. Only 1 in 4 men are actually happy.
All the other pictures, the wives are saying you don't need a gray skull.
And you know what? There should be a Colleen there on the side that allows me to have a lot of stupid stuff like this gray skull because it makes me happy. But anyway. And again, thank you plenty of people on Instagram, on Facebook, on Discord. So many people reached out like, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Yes, I've seen it. But if you don't have a grayskull yet, it's sitting right there. It is one of the best things.
The grayskull's famous now.
And the thing is, I don't think maybe they haven't seen the My Buddy commercial, grayskull commercial that I did as well. That whole week, the week of that grayskull was just, I can only the Eternia, it has to be 10 times whatever that experience was like, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you do an Eternia video,
I can't.
How can you even how could you top the grayskull? That video.
But anyways, I thought I got a kick out of it. I thought it was funny. Yeah, play the My Buddy commercial. I don't think I have it loaded anymore. But it's on the YouTube channel. Oh wait, I still have it. Here we go. You want to play that for old time's sake?
Yeah.
Up here. So back when I did that video, I was so over the moon about it. And a joke for that week's Toy Geeks was that Mattel reached out to me to make a commercial for said grayskull. And John actually believed Mattel really did reach out to me.
I did.
So much so that I think it was after we did it, you were like, that's so cool. Mattel reached out to you. I was like, oh no, I was just kidding.
You pulled it off so well.
But anyways, here it is, the My Buddy commercial parody.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
My Castle Grayskull from the Masters of the Universe Origins collection, new from Mattel.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy.
Anyway, oh yeah, this is it side by side. Yeah, here we go. You can see it side by side to the original commercial. Mattel.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
Perfect.
Oh my god. So if that was your first time seeing that, you're welcome. I'm such a nerd. So yes, I deserve all of the teasing and being made fun of because I'm absolutely a nerd. Okay. John, this Wednesday, Hasbro is doing a live stream that I assume they're going to unveil their Ghost Rider Haslab. Any predictions there before it's all said and done? Any last minute? We talked about a lot last week, so we didn't spend too much time.
But. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's the car. It's gonna be the Hell Charger, and I'm gonna say the Hell Charger and a motorcycle, at least one bike.
Up.
Yep. And a Nick Cage stretch goal. That's my
Ooh,
that's my
yeah, I
that's my
love
big guess.
And I love your theory of Nick Cage would literally back every single one of those to unlock
Yep.
the Nick Cage figure because he would want it that bad.
Yeah. How many do we need? Oh, I got it.
But still excited for it. I will be doing a live stream after whenever that's announced. John, you're invited. Dole, you're invited. And any of the other toy tubing friends. Matt Hatter, I'm sure you'll do a video on it. But if you want to jump on right after, it's all the toy tuber friends. Mega J, you're welcome. We can jump on and talk about it right after it gets fully announced. Okay, look at there we go. Confirmed. Ryan Dole is there. Boom. But as long as work permits, hopefully. And then just real quick, Brian Brink sent this in. Speaking of Haslabs, we have a week left or so of backing the His Tank. And we're sitting at 18,291, still higher than any other Haslab to this point. They have been firm and steadfast and no more tears. I think it's a mistake, but we assume there'll be this last minute hike. Galactus is the record holder with almost 32,000 backers. And so far it's trending ahead of that the entire time. But this last week is generally when all of the other ones have spiked up, these higher backed sets. So I think our true tell to see if it'll break the record for most backers ever is going to be within these next few days here. Because if you look, they've all kind of jump up during that last week and then just shoot up the last day. So if it's going to be able to break the record for most Haslab backers ever, it's going to have to happen this week. It's going to have to happen.
Yep. Look at just a straight vertical line, straight up.
Straight to the moon. So if you haven't gotten your His Tank orders in yet, running out of time. I got mine pre-ordered. Yeah, no more tears. There will be no more tears. Okay, but only if John hugs his capsule. That's great stuff. Tears for Fears. Yeah, that was my original. It was one of the titles, Toy Sorceress, that I wanted to use. But they backed all the tears, so I couldn't do Fears for Tears. But anyway, but we will be here on Geek Dad Live. Hit the subscribe and the bell to talk about whatever gets announced on Wednesday. Again, presuming the Ghost Rider. All right, I think that's it, John. I think it's time for some Stump John.
Oh boy, I need to step it up. Last week was a total failure.
Well, so Dartherian circled back, and I don't know if it was an apology so much as mea culpa. Just basically saying, he felt bad having so many modern figures in the mix, for whatever that's worth.
I mean, truthfully, I only know all this stuff because I've been buying and selling toys for a couple decades now, where modern stuff, if I don't collect it, I'm probably not going to know it because it hasn't been around long enough to flip a dozen times.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
he shouldn't have sent an apology. He's testing me. I'm being tested just as much as I get tested with Dungeons and Dragons, whereas that stuff has been around forever. But I just don't. That's one thing that's just doesn't stick in my head outside of a few figures.
It's funny how that works, right? Certain images kind of, stick in your brain versus some that don't. But still, another new member, PD Dubs. Good to see you, PD Dubs. I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Thank you. Welcome to the family. Yeah, Blunderlings for the win. Yeah, it's John. That critical miss last week rolled a 1 on his D20. All right. So, John, are you ready?
I am.
All right, here we go. It's that time again. It's time to test John on his knowledge of all things action figure accessories. Yes, he claims to be an expert, and really he is. Last week wasn't so great. Does he get redemption on this week's segment of Stump John? So everybody all the way around the world, it's time to do what? It's time to stump that John! All right. As Gotham City Tonight said, it's not called Make It Easy for John.
It's true. It's true.
It's Stump That John. Stump That Stu. Stump That John. Stumpy the Johnny? What? Stew up that John. Love that, Mikey. I love Jay's TV host voice. I'm glad somebody does. Very few do. Stump that John. Stump that John. All right. So this is a hybrid. Okay. I believe there's one here from Space Cowboy, and the others are from T Ponder. So frequent, hanger people that hang out with us frequently. Could say they're friends of the channel. So they're not trying to make you look bad, John. Maybe they are. I don't know. Are they friend or foe in this instance? We don't know. But I will say, this first one's from Space Cowboy.
Okay.
And if you don't get this,
you're gonna put me in the corner.
Yes, your expert status will be rescinded.
Oh no. If I don't get this,
I would hate to have to do it, John.
Okay,
but it would be taken. It would be taken.
Oh boy, the pressure's on.
Not to add any pressure.
If I don't get this,
I agree, Space. I think it's a softball. That's why I'm stacking the pressure really high right now. I'm trying to make it tougher for you.
Oh man,
you ready?
I am. I'm nervous.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that is the computer from Point Dread.
Well done. Well, again, you had to get that one.
Yeah, that is a softball.
Yeah, that's a soft lobbing pitch, much like the Padres pitchers to the Dodgers this past weekend.
That's in good condition. That's a nice one.
I love that little cardboard computer insert. So freaking cool. In fact, like when it's on my Grayskull, I still like tuck it in there just so I think it's so cool. But it does look great. Okay. Next up, there's 3 accessories. These are T Ponder's entries, and I do think these are a little bit tougher.
Do you know any of them?
Not a single one.
Okay. You know, I like to ask.
Yeah, they had no clue. But I don't know. I think maybe you could find some of these. Here we go. Let me go smaller.
Oh boy. Nope. The big the big axe looks like it would go to like a Warcraft figure or what is the X thing? I don't know any of these. Again, these are they could be modern. I don't recognize any of these at all. Looks like it would be like Warcraft or I don't know, does Fortnite come with things like that?
Fortnite's a little bit more cartoony than these, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, there is little Christmas trees there. But it does look more like hyper realistic or something like that.
Wish I knew what the scale was. Like, is that for a 6-inch or a 3 3/4-inch figure? But
I think these are like 6-7-inch scale. I think maybe.
Yeah, I have no idea. Nothing.
All right. Let me give the answers. Twisted Xmas Reindeer Rudy.
Is that a McFarlane figure?
Hold on, let me pull this up. It does kind of look.
Twisted Xmas. I think that's a McFarlane series.
I think you're right. Hold on, let me pull that up. That's the one that I thought you may have been able to find.
Or is it Mezco? Like Twisted Fairy Tales?
Oh,
The Mezco?
That's a grainy image. Good lord. No, it is McFarlane. It's from the mind of Todd McFarlane. I need Dole with his McFarlane impression. But there it is. There he is holding it.
Nope.
And then next up is Where the Wild Things Are, Max. Okay, yeah, his little scepter.
Mm-hmm. Another McFarlane figure.
Yep. And then NECA Castlevania Simon Belmont is the other one. So
a lot of those are like, even though they're probably 15 years old, like they're still kind of modern for me.
Yeah. So no Rocky song for you. Indeed, no Rocky song. But hey, at least you weren't shut out. Thank goodness for Space Cowboy for throwing you the softball.
Thanks for the softball. Make me feel good.
Those last three made me legit angry. Super obscure. But hey, listen. If you don't like these submissions, again, T Ponder, friend of the channel, long time viewer of the channel. So you have the right to submit whatever you want. Geeklife@gmail.com. It is like Ryan said, it's Stump John, not make it easy on John.
You got to test my limits.
I test the limits.
2 weeks in a row, and you did.
Oh my goodness. You got sandbag. Yeah, that was it was rough. That was weird here from McFarlane. I still have some of the carnival figures. McFarlane figures. Wait, are those Batman? Those are Batman. Maybe next week. Hawkstop Animation Studios. Should you get the Haslab Ghost? We have to see it first, right? And we'll talk about it right here on this channel. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell if you haven't done it yet. Because we love talking Haslab here. It's such an event type thing, it's kind of like our not a Super Bowl, but maybe playoffs, just one of those bigger things that are fun to talk about, whether you like them or not. It's fun conversation. So submit 3 adult toys for Stump John After Dark. Oh my goodness. Yes, again, for all of our patrons, it's only $5. There's only one tier, $5. You get everything that we offer on Patreon, plus all the previous episodes. But after this show, we're going to jump on After Dark, Who Knocks Knockoffs, where we'll share our toy hauls. It's also After Dark, so we can swear to our heart's content. It is rated R for swears. And because it's unlisted, YouTube can't be ticked off that we're dropping swears. So we got that going for us. But John, anything else before we close this out?
Nope, that's all I got. Got to save it for After Dark. If you want to know my thoughts, jump on over.
Thoughts on what?
Anything.
Ooh, okay. All right. Hit the like button. Oh yeah, I guess we're at 316. We didn't even hit 350, John. So I guess I don't have to dress up.
You don't have to. I don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, we should probably do something just for fun.
What they did? We set 350. We're at 317.
Well,
they didn't want to see me dress up as Skeletor.
Yeah, we'll have to dress up at whatever we want to, not what they want us to.
Yeah. There's still 400 people watching right now, so theoretically, we could hit 350 by the time I'm finished. By the time I finish this sentence, it could happen. If you want to see me dress up as Skeletor for our Halloween episode, John, I think you're safe from having to be He-Man because not even close.
Nope.
But right now, I'm still in the clear. We're at 331. There's only 19. Is there 19 more people watching right now that haven't hit the like button yet that want to hit it?
There must be. There must
be. So that I dress up as Skeletor. Let's do a ToyTubers Halloween party. There we go. Let's invite all of our ToyTuber friends. Let's have Mad Hatter on. Let's have Toy Anxiety on. Let's have Mega J. Let's invite Toy Galaxy, Dan Larson, or Secret Galaxy, Dan Larson. Another new member. Let's see. We're at 343. I want to start doing the outro to the show. I feel like. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight on Toy Geeks. We're at 3:48. Can we do it? Again, for our patrons, we'll see you in the After Dark show right after this. And you can become a patron for only $5. You also get Geek Pod Life. You get all of the streams that we do on here and GDL2 on Geek Pod Life. It's a great deal. 352, you did it. You did it. If John couldn't get it, you all get it. I'm going to stop it there so I don't get sued. But either way, so much fun hanging out with you all. We hit the like goal. Y'all did it last minute. Just like when I was in college and I had to do an assignment, it would always be last minute. So I feel all of y'all here for the like goal. I had it set for 10:45 for the After Dark, but probably in 5 minutes. So don't look at that time. So for all the patrons, just head on over there. We'll be over there soon. Just need a quick pee break and drink refill. And we'll see you all over there in the After Dark. Thanks to all the new members, all the new family members that have joined. You can join as well for 99 cents. And yeah, that's it, right? We'll see you all next time.
Yep.
Hasta luego. Goodbye. Take care, everybody.